So a real engagement between Bismarck and Prince of Wales actually happened. But there were other ships. It was foggy, and Bismarck was rushing towards Norway and not actually looking to fight, but was prepared to defend. In that engagement, Bismarck and her companion ship came out victorious, with Bismarck only suffering light damage where she lost around 1,000 tons of fuel, but in process sinking the battlecruiser Hood and damaging Prince of Wales, killing some of her crew, forcing her to escape. So in today's video we will compare Bismarck and Prince of Wales and see which one would win if they were actually fighting one-on-one on the open sea. This video is sponsored by... No, it isn't, so let's begin. For the sake of comparison, we will count as if the crew equally trained, because we are comparing battleships, and if there weren't any malfunctions. Let us first take a look at the armor. Both ships are heavily armored, with Prince of Wales being slightly more armored with 370mm on main belt compared to Bismarck's 320mm. Overall, Prince of Wales' armor is better, except for the turrets. Bismarck is heavier, being 50,000 tons compared to Prince of Wales' 44.5 thousand tons. But even though it is heavier, it is still faster, with top speed of 30 knots. Compared to that, Prince of Wales has top speed of 28.3 knots.
Speed. I am speed.
Both ships carried 4 seaplanes, but those were mainly for scouting and for aiding in targeting, so those would not be used in their actual engagement, because even if those were armed, they could have been easily shot down.
Are you sure about that?
Because these are actual battleships in question, guns other than their main ones wouldn't be of much use, so we wouldn't be comparing them since they lack penetration and range to do any noticeable damage, unless they score some lucky hit, but whatever. Prince of Wales had 10 BL-14-inch Mk7 guns on 3 turrets, 2 with 4 and 1 with 2. And Bismarck had 8 38cm SK-C-34 guns on 4 turrets, each with 2 guns. Bismarck guns had 1 km greater range than British ones, and had higher penetration at ranges. So even if Bismarck had less armor, it could still penetrate Prince of Wales at higher ranges. That is, if Bismarck even manages to hit her at those high ranges anyway. However, Bismarck might get upper hand at 25 km range, since that is the range of her radar, which would offer greater precision in acquiring the enemy's exact distance. But radars didn't have that big of a role during clear weather, and optical rangefinders played the highest role. But still, Bismarck could have slight advantage because of the radar. Prince of Wales' radar had 18 km range. But even at that range, chances of hitting the target would be low. Bismarck has slight more chances are pretty low, and even if it did score a hit, question is whether or not it would hit any important part or do any damage in the first place. But Bismarck might score a lucky hit since it has higher chances of doing so compared to Prince of Wales. But the difference is that Prince of Wales cannot penetrate the belt or turrets of Bismarck until she gets at around 15 km of range, so the best thing she can do is to score hits where Bismarck's mobility would be decreased. So, if Bismarck scores a lucky hit at Prince of Wales, enemy can't penetrate her, that is above 15 km, which is not unlikely to happen. In fact, it is pretty possible to happen, so Bismarck would come out as victorious battleship at the end. But let's take into consideration that they somehow met at ranges where Prince of Wales can penetrate Bismarck's armor. The most likely case scenario is that both ships would miss their first salvos, which happened almost all the time in history, which would mean that Bismarck would still have slight upper hand since it loads 25% faster, 24 seconds compared to Wales' 30, and would fire coming salvos faster and would score hits faster because her rounds also have higher velocity. Secondary armament would most likely be used now, because there is enough range, they lack penetration to do any significant damage, since at that range there is not enough round deviation to hit the main deck at a good angle, so best they can do is destroy each other's secondary armament and or kill some crew. So the only way for the Prince of Wales to gain victory is with luck, that is, to score hits before Bismarck does. But that is unlikely to happen. Bismarck is still more maneuverable, another advantage she has over Prince of Wales. So in conclusion, Bismarck would come out victorious in basically any battle scenario in one-on-one combat against the Prince of Wales, that can't rely on luck alone to win in the fight and would most likely get swallowed by the sea. So that would be it. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. See you next time.